Australia, which provide an opportunity to talk to the general public. So far this year in 2013, 130 bookstalls were organised across Australia. Groups of university students and school children are also invited to mosques for seminars and mosque tours. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Australia has hosted programs to promote unity and peace through celebrating Religious Founders Day, hosting interfaith forums and peace symposium. The Peace Symposium attracts respected religious leaders and scholars. At the same time, gives us the chance to present the beautiful teachings of Islam to our guests. Sydney, being the national headquarters, took lead on the Peace Symposium, with interstate branches embracing it successively. The theme revolves around sharing the commonality in all major religions of the world. Australia is a multicultural country and is home to many communities. People of diverse ethnic backgrounds are invited to the mosque to build relationships and to introduce the peaceful teachings of Islam and Ahmadiyya. A great example of tabligh by the Ahmadiyya community in South Australia is when a large local African community had been invited to functions held in Adelaide. With such functions, the community in South Australia has found many African Ahmadis who have recently migrated to Australia, whom previously were not aware of the local Ahmadiyya community. The 26th of January each year, the nation gets together to celebrate Australia's National Day in recognition of the arrival in 1788 of the First Fleet. The Ahmadiyya community celebrates this special day, inviting guests to our mosques, including friends, dignitaries, police officials, and politicians representing various levels of government, to celebrate all that is great about Australia and what it means to be an Australian.
At this time of year, there are a lot of words and a lot of speeches about what it means to be Australian. But I think that what's more important is that events such as this really put it into perspective. What we see here in the Ahmadiyya community is patriotism in action. Love of the country is part of faith indeed.
And I often say that people who come here and make Australia, and it's by choice, make Australia their home, feel a debt that they are more than willing to repay. And that debt is recognising that they are in a country of peace and recognising that they're in a country where they have an opportunity to prosper, but also to be able to then put back. And if any community knows that, it's the Ahmadiyya community.
The greatness of our country, it's not the coal seams that run down our eastern seaboard, nor is it the iron ore that is buried in our outback. The true greatness of our country is the individual citizens, the individual community groups, such as your community group, that make up our great country.
It's a pleasure to be back. Some say that when you've walked the path, you don't necessarily have to occupy your time in quite the same way. I was some 7.5 years as Minister for Immigration, and I was Shadow Minister long before that. And I made a lot of friends, and I don't like to walk away from my friends. And it's very much on my mind when I was Minister, the plight of the Ahmadi people. And to be able to provide places continuously over that time for resettlement within our refugee and our special humanitarian programs was something that I was very proud to be able to continue in such a positive way. But I'm even more proud of the contribution that you now, as fellow Australians, make to this nation.
We Ahmadiyya Muslims of Australia share in our country's pride and joy at the achievements of this great nation. The annual National Convention, Jalsa Salana, held by the Ahmadiyya community, was awarded the Blacktown Council's Community Event of the Year at the 2011 and 2012 Australia Day Awards. This event, attended by 3,000 people, was recognised for its ongoing commitment to harmony and religious understanding and tolerance. The purpose of the Jalsa Salana is to enable every sincere individual to personally experience religious beliefs, enhance their knowledge, and attain nearness to God. We hope our growing community of 4,000 Ahmadis will make a difference by promoting the beautiful teachings of Islam throughout Australia by utilising technological advances such as the Internet, social media, and Muslim television Ahmadiyya. We pray that may Allah Almighty enhance our Tabligh efforts, and with this we pray that the people of this continent shall be drawn towards the love and nearness of God. Ameen.